Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going through different Rubik's Cubes in my collection from level 0 to level 100, level 0 being the easiest and level 100 being the most difficult. So I'm going to start off with number 0. So for number 0 we have the 1x1 cube. This is so easy that you can't even scramble it. It's just one layer by one layer by one layer. So this is actually homemade. I basically just took an old dice and I wrapped tape around it, colored tape. I even made sure to get all the colors correct on the sides. Cool to say that you can solve a 1x1 Rubik's Cube. Alright, and on to level 10. So for level 10, I have the 1x1x2 Rubik's Cube. This is so simple. There's only 3 combinations. So there's the solved position, this position, and this position. And then you just can't scramble it anymore. Now this one I also made by myself. So basically it's just Legos. I got one of these pieces and just put it in here. And then I wrapped tape around it. And yeah, this is another one of my favorites because it's really simple. The next cube for level 20 is the Pyraminx Duo. This one I got on vacation. I was at a store and I saw it on the shelf and I was like, you know what, this looks really cool. I'm going to try and solve it. So I picked it up and it took me about 30 seconds to figure out. And that's because every single scrambled position can be solved in 4 moves or less. Here, I'll solve it in 4 moves right now. Let me study it. I just solved it in 2, which means this is a really easy cube. I could scramble it as much as possible and I could solve it really easily. There, 4 moves, easily. Yeah, so this is a really good cube if you're just starting out cubing because I feel like anyone can solve this if given maybe 30 minutes. I even gave this to some of my friends to see if they could figure it out and all of them were able to figure it out in within 10 minutes. So it's a very simple cube, very fun because it looks difficult, but it's actually very easy. So for level 30, we have the normal Pyraminx. This one, I actually had to look up a tutorial on because I couldn't figure it out for myself. But once I learned the layer by layer method, it was very simple. Here, I'll scramble it real quick and I'll just do a layer by layer solve because it's a very simple method. And this cube, this is easier than the 2x2. And done. That was about 30 seconds. I'm not super fast on the Pyraminx, and this isn't a great cube. It's just the only one I have. But yeah, this cube is really fun. I'm pretty sure this is the 3rd cube I learned after starting cubing. I started with the 2x2, went to the 3x3, and then learned this. Yeah, this one just took me about 15 minutes to learn, and then I could solve it consistently. Alright, so on to level 40. This is the 2x2x2 Rubik's Cube. This one was actually the first one I learned instead of the 3x3. This one's actually really fun to learn because, it's just really simple, and back when I started cubing was really popular at my school, and I wanted to just be able to solve something so I could look cool, and I ended up learning this in 2 days, and then I just stuck with it. So level 50 is the 3x3x3 Rubik's Cube. This is the most popular one. It's the original one, but this is not a Rubik's brand, so it's not the original. This one's really fun because not many people know actually how to solve the 3x3, so it's just really cool to impress your friends. I can solve this in about 30 seconds. I'm not extremely fast, but I've been practicing almost every day for the past 9 months, so I guess I am faster than most. My favorite pattern is the super flip pattern. It's just a super flip pattern. It just looks really nice on the 3x3 Rubik's Cube, but it looks even better on my 7x7 or even my 9x9. So yeah, this is the 3x3. It's very fun. I would encourage you to learn it if you do not know how to solve it yet. And yeah. So up next for level 60, we have the Emoji Sticker Cube. Now, this is basically just a normal 3x3, it twists the outer layers like normal. But the thing is, you have to get all the center pieces oriented the right way. When I first got my first sticker cube, it was not this one. I had another one. But I tried scrambling it thinking it was going to be really easy to solve. But I realized within a couple minutes that it was really hard because I had to figure out how to spin the middle parts. Because I had to figure out how to rotate the center pieces around in order to finish all the pieces. Because I can literally just do an algorithm right now and it will just change the centerpiece. So I just did an algorithm and it just flipped this completely upside down, which is just, it can be really annoying when you're trying to figure out how to solve this thing. I had to go on multiple YouTube tutorials just to figure out how to flip all these around. This one's probably the easiest one because it's flipped around by 2. So it was turned twice, but some of them were turned by odd numbers, so like they were turned 1 this way or 1 the other way. And then I had to learn like a special algorithm to flip those around. So let me solve this real quick and we'll go on to level 70. Alright, so for level 70 we have the 4x4x4 Rubik's Cube. This one was one of the earlier ones that I learned. So first I learned the 2x2, then 3x3, then pyramids, and then after that I learned the 5x5 and then learned the 4x4. I'm not like most people who learn the 4x4 first. I just thought it was easier to learn the 5x5 because the 4x4 has a lot more parity cases, which were harder to learn. I did try learning the 4x4 first, but I just had a really hard time memorizing all the parity algorithms because there's like the flipped edge parity and the swapped edge parity, and there's just so many different types of parity. So this one's fun. It's a good challenge after you've mastered the 3x3 Rubik's Cube. This one also turns pretty well for a budget cube. I don't spend a lot of money on cubes, so I have a lot of budget cubes in my collection, but this one's a really good budget cube. So for level 80, we have this cube. Now, a lot of people think that this cube is extremely hard, and yes, it is because of the way it turns, but I learned it about a month ago, and once I learned it, I was surprised with how simple the method is. I'd say that the method you use to solve this cube is really similar to the 2x2 layer by layer method, because basically you start by solving the white side, then the yellow side, and then you have to like orient all the centers, which is not too hard. I can do it in about 30 seconds. And the nice thing is you only have to learn one algorithm on the 2x2 to solve it. You just have to know how to hold the cube and how to do each algorithm. So for level 90, I have the 9x9x9 Rubik's Cube. This is currently the biggest Rubik's Cube in my collection, although I'm thinking about purchasing an even bigger one. The reason I don't say that this is the hardest one in my collection is because after I learned the 5x5, it was like I just picked this one up and knew how to solve it. I've slowly gotten faster and faster. A couple videos ago, I solved this in about a half an hour. Go check that out. I'll link it in the description. But yeah, this one is one of my favorites. It's fun to solve when you're just bored one day and you want to like just sit and cube for a while, but you don't like want to do a really easy one. This one is fun. Some of the parity cases are really annoying though, but it's not too hard. Alright, for level 100, we have the square one. Now I've had this for a couple weeks now, and I accidentally scrambled it one day, and I have no idea how to solve this thing. Like, it is so difficult. There's so many like weird cases that I keep getting, and I don't know how to solve them. I know that you have to like make the two things a square first, but I cannot figure that out. The closest I've gotten is getting a square on one side. The other day I sat down and tried to solve it for about half an hour, but I just like couldn't do it at all. But yeah, this one I need a good tutorial to figure it out. I watched Z3 Cubing's tutorial a couple days ago trying to figure it out. It did not help me at all. I do not understand this, so hopefully I'll be able to solve this soon. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please make sure to hit the like button. And if you'd like to, please subscribe. It helps me out a ton, and it's completely free. And I hope to see you in the next video.